Good afternoon, junk removal warriors. It's Gary here with the one and only Joseph Martinez. That's your opening line in your YouTube videos, man. Yeah, but I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, my pleasure, brother. I'm looking forward to having a good time.
Hey, so tell us a little bit about you and a bit about Vets Hall Junk. And you guys are franchised out now. If anybody's looking for a franchise and you're a veteran, this is the way to go right here, man.
Yeah, we are franchising our brand. And, I like to think that, well, I'm told that my story is unique, but really my story is repeated over and over by veterans who are getting out of the armed forces every single day. You know, the military doesn't really prepare us to be a civilian. And I found myself, like many veterans, getting out and feeling lost, when you get so used to experiencing that camaraderie with your brothers and sisters in uniform, and then one day it's gone. I was medevaced out of Afghanistan. One day I was in, serving proudly. The next day I'm back home, stateside, getting better. And it's a total different life. So I was craving something that I wasn't receiving anymore, that camaraderie, that esprit de corps, just being around the guys that understand you most. And I found myself just going deeper and deeper. I don't want to say depression because I don't want to, cry about my story, but I wasn't in a good place. But I was innovative enough, I like to say, that if I couldn't be part of that thing that I wanted to be a part of, I would create it myself, something that I couldn't be a part of. I would surround myself with veterans and like-minded individuals. So I launched Vets Hall Junk Removal here in Stafford, Virginia, and I got very successful very quick. Veterans tend to want to work with other veterans. So as opposed to calling the big boys in blue or the boys in orange, they would call the boys in green right here. And my name started getting out there, and slowly but surely I began to really establish a solid foundation in my market. And I began creating videos on YouTube, just showing individuals how to make money in junk removal, and really just sharing my experiences and thoughts. And then eventually other veterans began reaching out to me and asking how they could become a part of Vets Hall Junk. And at that point, a light bulb went off. I said, well, if there are veterans who are craving the camaraderie that I'm trying to create here with Vets Hall Junk, and it can heal them like it healed me, then why not? I knew nothing about junk removal. I'm one of those guys that sink or swim. What's the worst that could happen? I still have all my fingers, my digits, and sometimes when you just believe in yourself and you take a step out to the unknown and you're diligent and focused on your mission, you just might succeed. So here we are. We brought a few more veterans on in different locations around the country. We have a few more who are standing by to be part of our brand at launch. And it's been great, man. It's been really great.
Beautiful thing. There's the funny thing about junk removal. You said with the camaraderie. When I was in the military, there was like the tightest moments, like the worst moments, bring you together. So like the kids that or that you're with in those terrible moments, lifelong friends now. You know what I mean? But in junk removal, it's the same kind of stuff. And if you work at like a grocery store or something like that, it ain't gonna happen. That tightness is not gonna happen. But in junk removal, sometimes we got to lift crazy stuff out of crazy situations, and it's like, man, we're not going to be able to do this, but we do it, and that team building happens, and we made some money. The
reason why junk removal is a perfect opportunity for veterans is because it is a team environment. You can't grow, you can't operate a junk removal business by yourself. You have to build a team, whether your team is an additional man or a multitude of men, and who better that exhibits the ability to be part of an integral team, but veterans. That's what we've been trained for. That's what we're comfortable with, and that's what we crave.
Yeah, man, dude.
I call it junk removal therapy, because when I went out the very first time and I did a junk removal job, I did the best job I could do for the customer. I believe in customer service because I treat the customer the way I would want to be treated as a customer. And when I drove away with that paycheck in my pocket, with that check in my pocket, I felt good, man. And repeat that process day after day, multiple times a day.
Yep.
It's enough to put a guy on top of the world. So I had to share it.
That's dude, service in the military. It's you are literally you're serving, and that's one thing we preach to the guys, or I do, is service. The root word in service is serving. Regardless of what you think about it, if we're sweeping up the floor or picking up a lawnmower or whatever we're doing to the whole house, we are serving you. So, but yeah, that's beautiful. Hey, look, real quick, we're gonna shift gears a little bit here. Anything cool that you've ever found in the junk removal world? Because we've all found cool stuff.
Yeah, so many. I'm just gonna share one. In 2020, I was in the process of researching a brand new truck. I wanted to upgrade. I started with a little Toyota Tacoma. I still have it. It's a beast. It made me a lot of money, but there comes a time when, everyone needs to upgrade their equipment. So I'm researching for about a week. I get a call. The caller asks if we take vehicles. So I'm thinking, well, it's probably something that's fallen apart. They can't sell it. Nobody will take it for free. I'll take it. I don't know how to take a junk vehicle, but if I can make money doing it, I'm going to find out how to do it. So yes, sir, we can take a vehicle. Tell me a little bit about it. Well, it's a 2014 Dodge Ram. It's in near mint condition. I'm getting a little older. I own a couple of Domino's pizzas in the area, and I just want to give it to a veteran who can use it.
Dude, yeah. Come on, man.
And I said, sir, you're kidding me. I said, there has to be something. There's something you're not telling me. Yeah. He said, no. I said, okay, do you have the title? And I'm thinking he's not going to have the title, right? Maybe it doesn't belong to him. Maybe somebody parked it on his property. He just wants it gone, and he's giving me some kind of line. He says, no, I have the title. I said, well, I can be there, and, where are you? I'm in, over here. I can be there in about 20 minutes. Come on down. I hung the phone up. I looked over at Alex, my sidekick that day, and I said, hey, man, we might go pick up a truck, but don't be surprised if we get there and the truck is it's in a horrible condition. We don't take it. So we get there. I looked it over, and he was just the kindest gentleman. He wasn't a veteran himself, but he wanted to support veterans. And he was getting to that age where, he's starting to declutter because he knows he's getting older and his time may be coming. So he gave me the keys. I shook his hand. I gave him a hug, and we created this relationship. So he's not a dumb man because he often needs me to remove kitchen equipment from his various Domino's restaurants. What do I do, man? I'm going to do it for free. That's the only, this gentleman and my mom are the only two individuals that I provide junk removal service for free.
That's awesome.
The coolest thing I've ever found in junk removal.
That should be the junk removal story that we're going to talk about. That's awesome. There
is a video on my channel. You have to look for it because I have over 400 videos, but it's in there. And I'm saying, I just brought this truck home. Isn't this awesome? What a great gentleman.
Dude, I'm going to tag it into the description in here. So if you are interested in watching that video, it'll be in the description of this video right here. And then here, the next thing, that's awesome. Do you still have the truck by chance?
I don't. Really? It earned for me for a while, but it was an old vehicle. So eventually, I gave it away to somebody else. I passed it forward. That's the right thing to do. I didn't pay anything for it, so I'm going to pass it forward.
Good for you, man. That's awesome. Well, let's hop into the meat and the potatoes right here, man. What's your junk removal story, man?
Once again, there's several. But
you got a bunch, I'm sure. Yeah.
But one in particular, we were doing a whole house clean out and for an attorney. And as we're doing the walkthrough, he's showing me what items go and what items stay, like the customer typically does. He takes me into a closet and he says, all of these suits here, take them away. There must have been about 30 or 40 suits with slacks and all that. And I donated those. And then he points down to the shoes and he says, these 30 or so shoes over here, take all of those. Those, I want you to get rid of them. These shoes over here, leave them alone. There must have been about 40 pairs of shoes. He's an attorney. He can afford it. There's about 40 pairs of shoes on this side of the closet. There is high-end cowboy boots, Italian leather dress shoes, name brand flip-flops and sandals. Okay, so, we do the job and so forth. As we get up to the third floor where his bedroom is, I take one of my guys in there. I say, everything in the closet goes, remove it. And I go about my merry way. Well, a couple of days later, I get a call. He's in a panic. He says, Joseph, I woke up this morning. I walked in my closet. You took all my shoes. I said, what? He says, the only shoes I have is the slippers that I took to bed with me last night. He says, I hope they aren't in the landfill. I said, sir, I hope they're not either. Yeah. Whatever happens, if they happen to be in the landfill, sir, I will reimburse you for all of the shoes that we took. I'm so sorry. He says, Joseph, there was about 35 shoes lined up against the wall. Many of those were my cowboy boots. Some of those are $4,000 a pair. I said, oh my God. A day had elapsed since we did his job. I took a trailer that particular day because the truck was filled. So I asked my guys, hey, did you take that trailer to the landfill yet? I know we took a trailer, but I don't know which one had your guys' stuff in it, because to save space, we consolidated. So at that time, I kept my trailers at a storage yard. So it's only about 4 minutes away. It was the longest 4 minutes of my life.
Yeah. Insurance isn't going to cover that. Yeah.
I'm seeing between $12,000 and $15,000 leave my bank account. Okay. Yeah. That's a big hit for a stupid mistake. I got to the storage facility and ripping open black bags. I find one shoe. Here's a cowboy boot. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I called them back, very confident. Sir, we got your shoes. No big deal. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
He got his shoes back. It's an attorney, man. It's an attorney. Yeah. You do not want to upset an attorney.
Yeah, dude. Jeez. I thought that's the money, that's with insurance. Would insurance even cover that? I wouldn't even want to. Well, first of all, I'd just be freaking out of immediately. You can't replace a shoe. You can give them $4,000, get the shoe. It's not a shoe, but yeah, man, good Lord. Yeah. That's
and insurance probably wouldn't replace it because obviously there has to be a statement written by the client, right? Yeah. To provide to the insurance company. Yep. And in the statement, he's an attorney. They were
$8,000.
He mitigates the facts right in his favor. And he in fact did tell me, don't take these. So insurance probably would not have covered it, and I would have been out between $12,000 and $15,000. Lesson learned, brother. We need to pay attention. Don't get so caught up in completing the job without paying attention to the details.
Yeah, we ask. It's almost annoying to the customers, I think, sometimes, but it's so important. Does this go? Because they'll go, oh, all this stuff goes, but you find something, you go, does this go? And they go, yeah. But they find if that one thing that's irreplaceable, that's why we ask. We ask 1,000. I don't care. You ask until you're blue in the face. The customer's like, you people are annoying. Well, I want to be annoying because we don't want to throw away something that's irreplaceable. That's your kids one picture and they passed away or whatever the thing was, and it's just don't even want to get in that situation. But yeah, that's gotta ask, especially if it looks expensive. Gotta ask. But yeah,
luckily, in almost 7 years now, time flies. We've never had any issues whatsoever. That was the closest that we'd ever got to something, taking a major hit like that. Yep. I've never had one bounce check. I've never had to dump. Well, I should say, I will never dump the client's items in the client's yard for non-payment, but I've never had that issue. All of my clients have paid. I've never had any problems whatsoever because we ask a lot of questions. If the customer isn't willing to answer our questions so that we know how to serve them best, they're probably not the customer for us because that's how mistakes happen.
Yep.